How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be taking a look at an all-new issue number 1 of a horror comic. Well, more of an action comic this time around, but I'm a big horror geek and a big comic geek, so whenever I see a new horror title, I like to at least pick up issue 1 to see what it's like. And today, we're going to be talking about Exorcists Never Die, a new comic from Mad Cave Comics. And overall, I found this one, it's interesting enough. Not the best thing ever, and I think you have to be in the right mood or the right audience to really get it. Like I said, this is more of an action book set in a horror world than a pure horror book. In this, exorcists channel the power of God and the angels to physically fight off the demons. They go into a hellscraper. Now, a hellscraper is like a skyscraper, but instead of going up, it goes down. So they're going level after level underground to try to fight off more demons. They're having a big auction, selling people's souls, and all of the 7 deadly sins will be there. And I think the idea is that each issue will probably have to fight off one of the big bosses. So, you know, in this issue, we meet Sloth, and they have to figure out how they can defeat him, and he's going to be much tougher than your average, everyday demon. And overall, like I said, it is interesting. I love the idea of a reverse skyscraper. I love going down into the tunnels, and it is kind of silly, the idea that exorcists wouldn't be just priests, but they would be action heroes. This, you can really tell, has an influence from manga. Like, the art style's not trying to rip off manga, it's not in black and white, but you can definitely see the influence, you know? There's so many fighting styles. I think in Naruto they had the jutsus and stuff, and the god flows really feel like that. You know, channeling and using hand signs, and yeah, it does feel like a bunch of anime and manga fighting styles we've seen before. The idea that all of the 7 deadly sins would be personified, and they'd almost be like bosses you had to fight, you know, kind of feels, again, pretty manga influenced. So overall, I don't think that's a bad thing, but it is really weird to see an Exorcist story go down this path. So overall, I thought it was good, but kind of cheesy, you know, to see the priests come in with their armor, punching demons. It gets a little cheesy, a little silly, and not too scary, which it wouldn't be anyway, just with the action premise over the horror premise. So overall, I wouldn't say it's the best thing ever. It has a few interesting ideas, and if you're in the mood and you want something cheesy, over-the-top action, there is some moments in here and I had a few clever ideas. But yeah, really not the best thing ever. If you're in the right mood, kind of on the horror junk food side, you know? So, I can kind of recommend it, but definitely not my strongest recommendation. I think if you hear this and it piques your interest, then it's probably for you. But other than that, you know, might not be for everyone. Anyway, if you want to see a little bit more about this book, I'm going to switch to the close-up camera. I'll show you guys the art and a little bit of the story in a little bit greater detail. I will not be doing major spoilers, though, so I'll be avoiding the end as much as I can. Anyway, without further ado, let's switch to the close-up camera. Alright, here we are inside the castle taking a closer look at Exorcist Never Die number 1. Let's bring it close to the camera and we can see the Mad Cave Comics logo. Haven't actually heard of this publisher before, but I do like the logo of this little monster, and he's in a straitjacket. That's pretty cool. The T in Exorcist is a cross, and pull it out, and we get to see a cool hero pose from our 2 leads. Gets the point across, and if we look behind them, we see some monsters with horns. Flip it to the back, and I gotta do a bit of a strategic thumb placement here. We get to see the Sloth monster there, kind of relaxing on his big chair. I think this might be the exact same artwork that's inside the comic. The eyes, and then we get Mad Cave 00111, $4.99. $4.99, yeah. Indie comics can be a little more expensive. I remember they were $2.99 for the longest for just a general comic. Then there were some $3.99 books, and now it seems like we're pushing $4.99. But I know, indie books, it's harder to keep the lights on, so okay. Anyway, we crack the book open, and we get the credit page. I think that's Sloth again here. And we get her running and jumping out with the sort of flow coming out of her hand. Writer, Steve Orlando. Artist and cover artist, Sebastian Piriz. And then we get a whole bunch of the other credits there, including the big company credits. Anyway, after that, we go into the book proper. And once again, I'll be avoiding major spoilers, but I do want to take a moment to analyze it, show you guys a little bit of the story, a little bit of the art. Again, no major spoilers, but let's take a bit of a look at the story. Anyway, Los Angeles, City of Angels, or so-called, yeah, so-called City of Angels, because bad things happen in LA. But we get these two going up to an office building, and they have a bit of a banter. You can tell they have a past, and they aren't on necessarily the best of terms, but they need to get together for this mission. Anyway, they explain, and I mean, this is right on page 2, and it's introducing one of the book's best concepts, the Hell Scraper. So beneath this building is an upside-down skyscraper going into the earth. That's a cool idea. It's beneath an accounting office, and the two go in there in their cloaks, and this guy goes, "Oh, what can I help you with?" And they're pretending that everything is normal, but they're going to waste no time and drop the charade. They take off their cloaks, and you can see their armor, and they go into attack, and quite quickly the demons go ahead and reveal themselves, and we get some fun action sequences there. So yeah, also establishing really quickly on, this is more an action book than a horror book. They make quick work out of them, and then through a little hatch, they will go spelunking, and you get this sort of MCSer shot here. I really like that. But they're going down into the Hell Scraper now, and that's where we'll get, and again, let's bring back that strategic thumb placement, the Sloth Demon. And so yeah, right up towards the top, they're already encountering a big guy, and I think because you get one in this issue, 7 deadly sins, I'm guessing we're gonna get 1 sin per book. Now, usually plot arcs are 6 issues, so I'm wondering, are they going to double up on one of them? Or, well, I mean, a lot of indie comics nowadays are like 4 issues for a plot arc, so I don't know what the pacing is, but you would think it'd be 1 an issue. Anyway, they go in with their God flows. You know, they channel God and the angels, and that gives them these, you know, powers and stuff as they're punching, but Sloth decides to slow them down. They can barely move, and in turn, that's going to give Sloth ample time to do his own attack, so he basically has freezing powers, and we'll get his full creature design here, where he stands up, and you can see just how much taller he is than the Exorcist, and he has his own little hammer here, and he's about to smash them, and the main guy is working on getting a bit of a flow going there, even though he can't move fast. It's not about time, it's about the faith, and what is he going to do? And I do like the idea, you know, there are different types of, you know, holy magic, and you have to pick, you know, like the right type of magic in the right situation, and that leads to a bit of the book's plot, you know, what type of angel would be best to counteract what type of demon. So yeah, you can see the sort of manga-esque influence in sort of the plot and structure, and, you know, reinterpreting Exorcist as, you know, action heroes that have to fight giant literal versions of the 7 deadly sins. And like I said, not the best book ever. It's entertaining, it's cheesy, it's goofy, and if you like manga plot structure, you know, you can definitely see that influence. So overall, not the best thing ever, but I think it might have its audience that like stuff like this. So sort of a soft recommendation depending on who you are and what you're looking for, obviously. But hey, cheesy fun, why not? Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. This should be my all-new number ones playlist, where you can see my reviews for a bunch of other new comic book issue ones. I like going around looking at new series and, you know, seeing what's out there, especially in horror, and there is a bit of videos in that playlist now, so if you want to see other series, you can find those in there. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Number one's playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.